Hello everyone, Rock here. So, For Honor, tomorrow we're going to be able to see the new hero skin and get the Halloween event. And I thought it'd be really fun to kind of just make a theory video on potential new skins that we could get for which hero. Now, we all know that the Samurai are going to get another hero skin for the Halloween event. However, For Honor has been going on a trend lately on what kind of hero skins we get during the Halloween events. At least 2 times now, if I recall correctly, we actually got a collaboration. The last one that, if I recall this correctly, that we got was Destiny. And I'll be honest, I don't know crap about Destiny. So I'm really hoping that, let's just hope here, but we are going to get a hero skin that is more or less fits the theme of For Honor. You know, medieval, fighting, that kind of thing. So, I have a few theories on what we could possibly get. Now, not all of these are collaborations. I have 2 that are collaborations and 2 that would be original. But my theory on what skin they're going to be given to will be kind of said. But, here we go. So, let's talk about the first hero skin that I think will be a unique hero skin to For Honor, and for what hero. I honestly think that the first hero skin that we could possibly get, or at least for what hero, would be Hitsukiri. The only reason why I think Hitsukiri would actually get the skin is because Hitsukiri would, I would say, fits the theme of the season quite well. Though, with that all being said though, I do also think Hitsukiri shouldn't get the hero skin because, let's be honest here, nothing in this world is scarier than Hitsukiri besides women and a job application. But I do think Hitsukiri would get a skin for Halloween just because of how she would fit in the overall season and theme of Halloween. She's a scary character with supernatural powers, and or at least comes off as that. And she's a goddamn executioner, so yeah, it would make sense. What kind of skin, though, would they make? I actually don't really know. But I actually would really like it if they would make, like, a damn hunter for the Jorogumo, which is what we seemingly are going to be fighting off against during the Halloween event. But I'm not really sure if that would fit the theme. After all, we already have a skin that kind of has that lore. But I do still think that it would be really damn cool to have a Hitsukiri that's not actually evil, but rather instead have a Hitsukiri that is a monster hunter, and it would fit the theme of her being as well. Next up is Orochi, and for Orochi, I actually got a really cool collaboration skin I would absolutely adore to see in this game. Now, the only reason why I think Orochi is getting the hero skin above everyone else is because of the trend that we normally get. When a hero gets a new Hero Fest, or at least the last hero of that Hero Fest, they typically get the hero skin, and for this part of the season, Orochi was able to get the last Hero Fest before the next title update. As such, I firmly do believe that he is going to get the hero skin, although I could be wrong. After all, he did just get a hero skin last year as well. And don't get me wrong, Masaru Itachi is easily my favorite hero skin for the Samurai, but I don't know if Orochi should get a hero skin again another year after he just got one. But what kind of hero skin would I really want to see for Orochi if this is a collaboration with something? And I'm just going to say this, I'm very excited to say it. I would love it if we got a Sekiro Orochi skin. Now, for those who don't know what Sekiro is, this is basically a Shadowsborn game, but with ninjas, and it's really, really cool. While I haven't played the game myself, I at least know enough about the lore and overall world that is Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. And I won't lie, it is a really damn cool game and a really cool world. Now, for those who do know about Sekiro and the world, you will know that Sekiro is not a samurai, but rather is that he is a shinobi. So why would I say that Orochi would get the skin and not shinobi, since by name, Sekiro in the game is called a Master Shinobi? The reason why I say Orochi would get this skin is because, again, the Hero Fest trend, but also because of the fact that in the game, Sekiro uses a katana. Orochi also uses a katana. But also, in the For Honor lore, Orochis are not just assassins, but they do have origins belonging to the ninja clans. Meaning that these guys are a hybrid of both a ninja and a samurai, which would make kind of sense. Therefore, I also really do think that if we are going to get a Sekiro skin, I think Orochi would get it instead of Shinobi. Because along with that, Shinobi doesn't have really the moves, or more so the weapon, that Sekiro has. I just think it'll be a really cool skin to have, and maybe he'll have like the fake arm as well. I just think that would be really cool. My next contender is everyone's favorite obese man, Shugoki. Now, the reason why I think Shugoki would get the hero skin is because it appears that there's a lot of things going on with Shugoki, with him being on the title screen for this season, him seeming to be one of the main leaders during the attack on the castle during the cutscene, and overall, he seems like he's the big guy, he's the GOAT. So what kind of skin would I think Shugoki would have? Well, this is going to kind of break my rule where I said I would think that of two skins for that were for the game or made by Ubisoft specifically, and then two that were collaborations. But for Shugoki, I have a theory. What if Shugoki is going to have a Oni skin? Now, the reason why I say that he would get an Oni skin specifically is because of his entire nature. Let's be honest here. If Shugoki was to ever get a hero skin, I would really, really hope it's some kind of Oni skin for Halloween. It would just make sense. But I'm not talking about just any old Oni. No. I'm talking about Dead by Daylight Oni. This guy. And actually, he is one of my favorite characters to play in that game as well, I'm just saying. But it would be really damn cool to have that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, while I didn't play the game at the time, apparently For Honor and Dead by Daylight did indeed have a massive collaboration where there was a Halloween event where you fought the Trapper. And let's be honest here, that's pretty goddamn cool. I wish I was playing the game when that came out. But I think it would be really damn cool if Shugoki got a hero skin that was the Oni. After all, they both have an Oni persona, they both wield a club or a kanabo, and I honestly think some of the executions for Shugoki would easily fit, the Oni from Dead by Daylight. But if we don't get a collaboration, I still think an Oni look for Shugoki would work wonders. After all, he is the entire persona of an Oni. That's what their entire thing is about. Also, a sumo wrestler as well, but that's not here or there. I actually wouldn't mind having a sumo wrestler kind of look for him, but you kind of already have that with some of his armor sets. But those are my two ideas for the Shugoki. The last hero skin idea I do have is, guess what, another collaboration skin. But this one I actually think is very unlikely. I would really think that one of the coolest collaboration skins that we could ever get for the samurai is Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, I am a big fan of that game, and yes, I do think that it would be cool to have Jin Sakai as a skin. However, there is a problem with that. If anyone knows anything about that game specifically, you will know that you can't really do that. After all, Jin Sakai does have two vastly different playstyles. One being you can play as more of a honorable swordsman, and the other a actual assassin. So the problem would actually be what kind of hero, even if we got a Jin Sakai skin, would he even be on? After all, he uses a katana, and his main look is the ghost outfit, so why not make him just an Orochi skin? Well, it's simple. I think that is kind of unfair, and I already covered Orochi. So I'm going to say, I kind of hope if we ever do get a Jin Sakai skin, he would be either a shinobi or a kensei. The reason why I'm saying that this is pretty unlikely to happen, though, is simply because, well, one, Kensei uses a Nodachi, which is basically the great sword of katanas. That's the basic way I kind of tell you what a Nodachi is. Jin Sakai in the game only ever uses a bow and his katana. And Shinobi doesn't use a bow or a katana. But Kensei does use a bow. He can have one as a feat. But also Orochi has a bow that he can use as a feat. You see what I'm getting at, right? It's kind of hard. But the reason why I think Jin Sakai wouldn't work is because not just one of the weapons that he has, but also because of the overall feeling of, well, you can kind of make him look wherever way you want. You want to make him an honorable swordsman, you can. If you want to play it like an assassin, you also can. So I don't think Jin Sakai would really work in For Honor, which is disappointing, but I just thought it would be cool. I do think, though, if they were going to add anyone, though, from Ghost of Tsushima, I would really love to have his uncle, Lord Shimura, as a Kensei skin. That would fit wonderfully into the world of For Honor. In fact, he has pretty much an entire Kensei look if you look at art of him. And that alone, I think, would be really cool if he was in the game. But if you add him, you would have to add Jin Sakai. But that's just my own theories. Thank you all for watching. I really enjoyed making this, and this is one of my first ever videos for my brand new channel, and I would really appreciate if y'all liked and subscribe. I really am hoping that I can make it big in one of my favorite games of all time. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Now.